What's going on, guys? Brandon here from B&T's Radical Boas and Pythons, and as you can see, we're in the car today taking a little trip. We're headed up to Knoxville, Tennessee to meet Lance Hanson from Hanson's Reptile House. I'm going up there to pick up a little baby snake. I'm not going to tell you what kind it is yet because I want it to be a surprise. We will see you in just a little bit. What's going on, guys? I made it back home with the snakes. 2, not 1. Oops. So, let me show you what we got here. This is actually here at B&T's Radical Boas and Pythons. This will be a new species that is being introduced here. And right here, we have a beautiful little male. Uh-oh, got some bedding on him there. Little male albino het for granite Burmese python. This little guy will get pretty large. Females get anywhere around 14 feet. Males will get a little bit smaller than that. Beautiful, beautiful little guy. I'm also gonna go ahead and sex these or show you how to sex these guys. And you can do it with any other snake as well. So we're gonna put him back in there. That's the male. Also got a female. And she is also albino het for granite. Beautiful little girl. I love these guys. I can't wait for them to grow up big. Again, these are produced by Lance Hanson. Beautiful, beautiful little babies. And these will actually be the first Burmese pythons I have ever owned here at B&T's. And I look very, very much forward to breeding them out in the future. So anyways, as far as sexing snakes go, sometimes there's multiple ways of sexing snakes. You can either do it by touch on babies, you can do it by probing, or you can do it by what is called popping. So probing would be using these little things like this. Actually, this is a better set for me to show you. So here's probes right here. These are probes. And what these do is you stick one of these inside of the cloaca. This would be your larger size of snake, whatever species of snake that you have. Something as big as this, I would go with like an adult ball python to an adult boa constrictor, something like that. As far down to these little bitty ones right here that you would do like your baby corn snakes or king snakes, something like that. And here is just a smaller version of that. See, if I was gonna probe these Burmese, I would use about that size right there, because that's about right for a little bitty baby Burmese. But I'm not gonna probe these guys simply because I already know which one that they are. But I am gonna show you exactly how to go about inserting it and all of that good stuff. I'm going to use a bigger one here just for visual purposes. So what you would do is you would take the snake like so, and normally it's always good to have somebody help you do this. You would take your probe, you would lube it up in some I use Vaseline. And if you look right here on the snake, you can find the cloaca. Every snake has a cloaca. And that is right there. Right there. And if you look right here, those little bitty things right here on the side of this are called hemipenes. This is a male, and males tend to have larger hemipenes. So if you're doing this, you would take this. Let me scoot up here to the camera real quick. You would take this and you would insert it inside of here under the cloaca. And you would point the tip, this is really hard, guys. You would point the tip of this up this way and go inside that way. Okay? So, normally if it's a male, it'll go pretty deep. It'll go as far as about that deep. If it's a female, it'll only go about that deep. Okay? Some people like to count scales as they do it. I don't personally do that just because I just never have. So that's probing. It's a pretty easy, simple process. You do have to be very, very careful when probing because you can actually harm the snake as far as the reproductive tract. You have to be very careful and knowledgeable about what you're doing when you probe. As far as what they call palpating or touching, on a male, if you run your finger down past the cloaca, you'll feel two little bumps, a bump and a bump. That's kind of like the testicles, if you will, of a male snake, any snake, not just a Burmese. You can do this on any snake. And the next method would be popping. We'll talk about that here in just a minute. On a female snake, if you run your finger down the tail just like this, you will feel no bumps at all. It'll just be nice and smooth. In some snakes, the male has a longer tip. See, here's the cloaca. Like this male has a longer tail past the cloaca. A female will actually have a shorter tail past the cloaca. So now we're going to explain popping. Okay, so popping is where you take your thumb on the base of the tail and this is the technique. You're going to take it and you're going to roll up until you find the hemipene. And the hemipene will actually stick out. Come on, little guy. You're not cooperating with me here. Okay. So you're going to take it. You're going to roll up. Just like so. And right there, if you can see that little red dot right there, that is a hemipene. So you just roll up and squeeze a little bit, and that's a hemipene. That means it's a male. Okay? On a female, if you roll up like that and nothing comes out, then it's a female. If something like that comes out, either one or two, it does not matter. That is a hemipene of a male. Okay? So that's it for the sexing. And these are the new little snakes. Can't wait for these guys to grow up. They're great eaters right now. And I'm looking forward to breeding them in the far future, I should say. These guys are going to be so beautiful. And I cannot wait. Anyways, I'll see you guys in the next video. Stay cool.